Good morning. My name is Mariah Flores, and I'm writing a poem today. It's more like a story and a poem, so bear with me. But it's called Hands. Okay, here we go. When I was little, I had hands. Hands that were like ice. Ice being cold, the thing you didn't want to hold. Daddy noticed I had hands like his. What did that mean? When Daddy was little, he said he had sweaty palms. Back in high school, he took tests that meant his grade depended on it. Sitting in that lonesome one-seated chair was scary. His heart pounded fast, like he just finished a race. His blue jeans that were light like the sky had turned white, because every time Daddy took a test, he would dry his hands on his jeans like towels. Drips of water would disperse along his white, clean sheet of paper, and he wouldn't be able to hold his pencil right. He was embarrassed. As he got older, he knew he had to do something about it. That's when I came along. At the age of 5, I didn't quite know what happened to Daddy. Just that he was a celebrity on the news, being interviewed for something amazing. What was it? His surgery. All that time he had sweaty hands, Daddy knew what he had to do. Get surgery to fix it all. He said it wasn't scary and that he would be fine. I believed him. At the age of 15, a sophomore in high school, I was embarrassed of what friends would think when they held my hand. Why? Because I too had sweaty hands, like my daddy. He always told me, you should think about getting surgery for your hands. It's amazing how much more it can do without my hands always being sweaty. Maybe I would take him up on that offer. August 3rd, 2009 marked my special day. My special day when I would go under the knife to fix all my troubles from being embarrassed and ashamed of how icky my hands were. The hospital bed. The nurse walks into my closed area of calm and quiet, of fear and nervousness, of love and bravery, slowly pushing the thick, long needle into my precious tan hands of veins. It was an IV needle that would give me the medicine to make me high and fall fast asleep. My eyes were getting heavy, like they were being pushed down by fingers. My eyeballs were rolling back into my head, and I had my mom there, holding my hand until I had to leave for my surgery room. The clock struck 8 in the morning. The nurse walks in once again to push me away to my destination. I was cold, but I was ready. I lay there naked, underneath the hospital dress of green. When I see a green oxygen mask being placed over my face, I lay there, with open arms, like I was dying, but yet I am not. I am slowly falling asleep. I don't hear a word the doctor says. The doctor is saying to me, boom! Lights out. Silence for 4 hours. Once I awake with a very sore throat, dry like the Sahara Desert, I say one word, Mom. I am still out of it, but all I know now is I'm free from embarrassment and sweat-free hands. My dad walks in to visit me, and he said what a good job I did for being a brave girl and going through the surgery. I am in pain. 2 scars, one on each side of my armpit. Those will always remind me I am free from sweat, all thanks to my daddy.